There was somebody on my tour several years ago who was like the great-granddaughter of the guy that had made the marble columns at the AT&T building in New York.
Oh.
And I was like, so people really did that all the time? That's amazing. So, you know that a lot of this is faux, but they built the house, they invited people to come and stay here, hoping they could sell the island to them. They built the house in 1884. By 1886, their plan came to fruition. A group of northern industrialists purchased Jekyll Island for $125,000. That's a heck of a profit. Now, once the club was formed and you decided to join, you would purchase 2 shares at $600 each. The annual salary of an American in 1886 was about $125. But once you purchased those 2 shares, you were given a plot of land within the compound and encouraged to build a cottage. In all, 16 cottages were built, 11 are still standing, all have been restored but 1. This house originally was built catty-cornered from here. Club leaders moved it here to take care of another project. Can you tell me how you think they moved the house?
Piece by piece.
No, they put logs underneath it and connected horses to the house. The horses pulled the house, and as a log was uncovered, they pulled it out and moved it to the front. What a task! Oh my goodness. Work horses, you know, you think anybody else, they're the worst. Yeah, I mean, their lives are the worst.
Yeah.
So, once they moved it here, they gave it to Ernest Grove. Grove served as superintendent of the club for 42 years. He must have loved this job to stay here that long, and they must have loved him to keep him here that long. As much as he appreciated this gesture, he was like, guys, come on, I'm a bachelor. I'm always going to be a bachelor. I don't need all this space. He took the room across the hall, made that his office. He would rent the rest of the cottage to guests and members. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths upstairs, now 2 rooms downstairs, the kitchen, all linens, and 2 servants for $15 a day. Don't even think about it, guys. It's not available today. Sorry. So you would build your cottage. You had to get your plans approved before you built it. Jekyll has a water table that goes from 6 to 14 feet. Every building in the compound has a basement.
Really?
Moisture is a concern. We are also a National Historic Landmark. We have to maintain a certain percentage of original to maintain that status. We've got a historic preservationist, thank goodness. All I got to do is talk about it. But this basement actually was left across the street. It only has like a little root cellar, but everybody else has a basement. Moss is the wettest basement, and Hollyborn is the driest. Okay? And generally speaking, the first floor of each cottage would have been the entertaining and cooking floor. The second floor would be where the family lived / slept. And the third floor or the attic is where the servants lived. Okay? All the items that you see in any of the cottages are items that were left behind by club members somewhere in the compound, not necessarily in the cottage where you are or where they are. This house has some original pieces. That white settee all the way across is original to this house. Look, those dishes in that cabinet, those are Davidian. Thank you, Vanna. They are Davidian dishes. They came from France. They are Limoges. They moved several times in France. They came across the water. They moved several times after they got to the U.S. Guys, look at those casserole dishes. They have lids. They have handles. None of my dishes survived like that. I wish I had servants that could pack my dishes that well. I mean, That's very, I'd say that's super impressive.
Yeah.
I also want you to know that the lattice work here came from a mail order catalog. Right there.
Interesting.
Sears and Roebuck?
Possibly, we don't know which one.
Okay.
And also I wanna tell you, so when I say that members and guests could rent this house, if I was a member, my husband and I would take the ensuite you'll see upstairs. There's one other bathroom, everybody else would have to share that. I'm just letting you know in case I ever invite you to stay with me, you know that I'm gonna hog the bathroom. But I would give you, as my other couple, the choice of either room upstairs. And downstairs, these pocket doors would close. We could put all the boys on one side, all the girls on the other side, and there would be enough nannies and governesses to watch them. It wouldn't be my job. You know, that's why I have nannies and governesses in the first place, right? And so they would sleep down here, but they would have to use that bathroom upstairs. But kind of cool, really. That corner over there shows the layers that the restoration people went through. So this is a color that was here. All the cottages that have been refinished, repurposed, restored are all the colors that they were during the club era. So everything you see here today is original color, not necessarily done original. Fair enough? Okay, so I'm gonna confess, you are the largest group I've ever brought into this house. So, let's go. No, I'm just kidding. So, what I want you to do is go upstairs and look around. When you're finished, you can come back down. When you come down, look at Grove's office. Don't do that on the way up. And I'm gonna be yelling facts and figures at you. And if you don't hear me, ask me to repeat them. And certainly ask me questions that I'm not covering at all. Fair enough? I do plan on opening the door to the attic. I'm so sorry. They can take pictures. Okay. So, I'm gonna open the door to the attic so you know that I'm not lying to you, that there are stairs, but we cannot go up, so don't even think about it. I'm telling you that now. Fair? Okay. Any questions yet?